Hello and welcome back everyone, my name is Harrison and today we're going to be doing quite kind of a lazy man's guide to the KA50. So we've got some enemies set up over here on a airfield, but to attack them we're going to need to first build ourselves a FARP to fly from. So go ahead and head into this, add or modify static objects, go into the heliports, add a FARP down, then you're going to want to go ahead and head into the structures. Don't want to add an airshow crowd, instead you want to go ahead and add a ammo storage building so you can resupply. Then you want to go ahead and add yourselves a command post so you can yell at the ground crew. Then you want to go ahead and add a fuel depot so you can refuel. And because we're feeling sorry for the ground crew because we've yelled at them, we want to give them a tent to stay in. So that's it all set up. Now you just want to add your K50 down, so go ahead, make it client so you can fly it. We're going to be starting it off hot today, so go ahead, take off from parking cart, and that's it all set up and ready to go. So I will see you on the ground. Alright, welcome back. We're now in the cockpit, so we're going to go ahead and rearm first. In order to do that, we need to set our radio to ground crew so they can hear us yell at them. So today I'm going to show you how to use Vhikers missiles, so load up on them. Some rockets, so we're going to load up on the big 20 pods. And then refuel. Whilst they are rearming us, we are going to go ahead and set up countermeasures, so we want to fire both sides at once, and then we're going to go ahead and alter it. So this first one up here alters how many pop out in each sequence, and this is how, so we're going to go ahead and set that to 4, set that to 2, so it should launch 4 twice, so we're going to go ahead and test that out. So if you see, it launched 4 of them, which is this one, and it did that twice. So that's 4 from each side as well. Now that is us all good to go. So we're going to go ahead, trim ourselves out. So you want to put it forward by about a diamond, and then let's go and head towards the target where I will catch up with you guys. Alright, welcome back everyone. We are approaching the target, so we're going to go ahead and get ourselves set up. Now, this is your best friend here. It is your, kind of like in fighter jets, it's your MFD display. So you want to put it on nav, and then on the map, and then we can zoom in. So we can see that is where we are. That is the airfield that we're heading towards. Now that black line is where we've already flown. And if you can see, that distance there ticking up is our distance from our takeoff point. So all that is very useful for finding your way home, especially if you've got to navigate through enemy SAMs. That black line lets you know a safe route because you've made it one way, so you can probably make it 2 ways. Now we're going to go ahead, flick master arm on. We're going to head and we're going to keep our cannon in a high rate of fire. We want to keep the rounds in HE for now, and then we're going to keep the burst length in short. Now, short, medium and long, they affect all your weapons. So in short, for the Vhikers, you will fire 1 missile at a time. In medium and long, you will fire 2 missiles at a time. Now this one here as well, the weapons control switch, that removes the launch authorization that you need, which I will show you now. So we're going to go ahead and start to slow down, and we're going to go ahead and set up our weapons panel down here. So we're going to want to put auto turn. That will turn us to wherever our Schwal is facing. We're going to say it's a ground moving target because it is. We're going to turn our laser on. We're going to turn our helmet mounted display on. Now there's a keybind that you have for that, and that is us all set up. So we have got enemies off over there, as we can see, sitting on the taxiway. So we're going to go ahead and lock them up with our designate button. We're then going to slew with our Schwal slew button. Then we can zoom in and change the size of the box. That will help us help guide the missile in. Now we're going to go ahead and lock that up, as you can see, and now we're going to turn on the auto hover button. this will now help. It will turn us towards the target. We're now going to select our outward pylon. And you can see it's moving slightly now. That means that it's good to fire. TA means we've got launch authorization. You can see here that yellow line is exactly where we're looking, and it helps you find enemy targets. So, in order to fire, normally you need to put that big circle inside the little one, and then hold down the fire button, and off it goes. We are in medium at the minute, because we want to be sure of a kill. Now, in they go. You can see it's about a 1 meter accuracy. The missiles, they spin around. I'll show you what I mean by that right now. So we're going to flick back to short, and let's lock up this BAMP right there, so you can see it tracks him as it moves. So we're going to show you what this does. So we're going to flick to manual, which means we don't have to be within that to fire anymore. So we're going to fire, and it locks on. It is a beam riding weapon, which is why you need that launch authorization. But as you can see, the rocket is spinning around, which does impact its accuracy a little bit, which can lead to it missing sometimes. So you want to make sure that when you lock something up, you're looking at it in the center. So we're now going to go ahead and finish off these few targets. So again, we can keep the launch authorization off, but as it's a beam riding weapon, it's a lot safer to keep it on unless you're in an emergency. So again, off it goes, and I will catch up with you guys once we've destroyed a few of these. Alright, welcome back. We've now selected our inner pylons, and as we know, the inner pylons are the fun ones. They are the massive rocket pods. So we've locked it up, and as you can see, it's given us a launch. It's given us a circle on the HUD. That little circle there, that is basically like the CCIP or CCRP. It's telling us where to aim this, which is where our rockets are. So it's saying if we want to hit, we need to aim our pipper over there. So I'm going to go ahead and line up. Now again, you've got your range Q. As you can see there, that is your maximum range. That's your minimum range, and then that is where you are now. So we are good to fire. So we're going to go ahead, fire now. Trying to line them up. Not the most accurate, but we're taking incoming fire. So what we can do is we can just quickly flip to this target that's given us the fire and attempt to take it out, which we've been rather successful in doing. Now, that is how you use rockets. They are your... Now, those Vhikers and the rockets are your two most common weapons that you'll be employing. Now, the other one is the gun. So to use the gun, you're going to want to go ahead and flip the gun arm up. You should see that little thing flip up there. We will then swing back around, and I will join you when I'm all set up for the gun. Alright, welcome back. We're now all set up, we've come back around, and we're in our gun mode. So let's go ahead and set ourselves to a long fire mode. We're going to want to put high explosive HE rounds. AP is armor piercing, that's for your armored targets. Going to keep it in high fire rate to help with the gun stability, and keep it in auto mode. So I'm going to go ahead, zoom in on this poor guy, and lock him up. Now, this box here is the constraints of the gun. As long as that little circle is within this box, you are good to fire. So I'm going to go ahead and fire on him. And there you go, you can see we're splashing all around him. It is a really nice gun. It's very potent, very accurate. It is one of the KA50's prime weapons. So let's go ahead, zoom in on these guys. Now this time we're not going to lock him up. We're just going to aim near him and shoot, and show you the difference. It overshoots a slight little bit because of a bit of a gist in the KA50 systems, in that sometimes it struggles to work out the range. Now that is your distance in kilometers from the target. Now as you can see, it does differ sometimes between when you lock them up and when you don't lock them up. It's always best, if you can, to lock up the target. So they are the KA50's main weapons. Its navigation system, the very bare bones of it, and also how to set up and rearm with ground crew, how to set up the countermeasures, and that is about all that you need to know off the top of your head. If you've got a specific mission in mind, I would recommend going and having a look at the manual, or some other YouTube videos which are more specific to that job that you're needing to do. But if not, this should be enough to help you through and get started most certainly with your KA50. I hope this has been helpful. Leave a comment down if you like this type of video. If you think I need to go into more depth, take more time, just let me know. If you want to see any other aircraft with this type of like bare bones tutorial systems with just what you need to get started, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.